Hey everybody, Jay Barrino here, and welcome back. We're playing the true story of Arkain. On to Act 8, Chapter 3. Rangul's story has come to an end after the very long cinematics at the end of Chapter 2 plus the interlude. Army of Bones sounds like an Undead map, which means it's going to be new. Exclusive to True Story, far from the war with the Orcs, the twin brother of King Sauron, Caleb, and his son Rastin are watching over his brother's children. They have made sure that the children, who are unaware of the Orcs have come to Sauria, would be as far away from the war as possible to be kept safe. Far from both the demons and the Orcs, they are to remain safe, for they are the future of the realm. You're making progress. Very good. Thank you, Uncle. I'm trying my best. Now, don't think that you can rest, cousin. You still have a long way to go. Very well done. Heh. It is nice of the Grand Master that he takes time to train me himself, despite all of his other obligations. You have a bright future ahead of you, Casper. Of course he wants you to unlock your full potential. After all, you're not only supposed to become the next king of Sauria, but also future Grand Master of the Order. Our entire family is working towards this goal. I even abdicated the throne in favor of my twin brother Sauron for this. It is only out of respect that someone still referred to me as king. Remember that I am no longer next in line because of you, cousin, so don't mess this up, eh? You and king? Neither you nor Sauria would want that. Ha ha. Uncle Caleb, when can I go back home? I don't like this place. Watching Casper studying magic isn't very exciting. I'd rather spend some time in the royal garden. I don't know what you mean, sis. I love it here. So much space to play. Yeah, no boring nobles and etiquette anywhere. Don't you worry, Talari. We'll return home soon. Tepid pause. Is something wrong, Rastin? Huh? No, nothing. Tepid pause. Rastin, I will leave you to your studies. Talari, I will ask some of the knights to accompany you to a nearby fort with more plants than this space. You could stay there for a week or two. Would you like that? Yes, thank you, Uncle Caleb. I don't know how much longer we can keep it a secret, Father. They're old enough. Casper and Talari should know that. Why trouble their minds by telling them that the Orcs and several other races have joined the war against the Centaurs? You'd only scare them. Casper has to focus on his studies, and the others would only be losing their sleep over this. It's for the best. Does Uncle Sauron still underestimate the Greenskins and consider them no threat? No. With Tornash dead and even several Imperial regiments having fallen before the might of the Orcs and their allies, there can be no doubt that they are far more dangerous than we thought. After all, that is what Sauron has sent his children here to begin with. This place is far from the war, and Orcs and the capital, and that is why we are here to protect them. And what does Sauron intend to do about the threat of the Orcs, if he and the Imperials cannot defeat them? My brother is no fool. He knows that the Prince of Rengar is rallying an army at this very moment. If the Northern Kingdoms don't need his forces for the war against the demons, they will come to our aid instead. The dwarves will also send more forces. They just have to deal with some other threat first. Also, Sauron is allied with the Imperial regiments and mercenary forces. They will coordinate their attacks from now on. Furthermore, all the nobles have been called to arms. The might of Sauron will be unleashed upon the Orcs and their allies. And if everything failed, we'd escort his children out of the kingdom. Yes. Rastin, are you really fine with me having abdicated the throne? I never wanted to be king, Father. Casper will be a better king than I could ever be. I can't stand all the politics. Also, he has more magical talent. While I could just become a soldier within the ranks of the Order, he will be its Grand Master one day. You have taught me that the well-being of the family is more important than any individual. Our family will unite all remaining magical orders under Casper, which will make Sauria the most powerful of the kingdoms. Except a lot of them have been completely destroyed at this point. Oops. We can finally unite the continent under Saurian leadership. All human nations shall march under the banners of our family. If I can do my part to achieve this goal for future generations, then I will happily be the protector of my cousins. I'm proud of you, my son. Never forget that. Thank you, Father. Come now. You have to talk with the knights so that Talari gets something to do, and I have to speak with the Grand Master. The Master has decreed that all Orcs must die. The Shadow thinks he can defy the will of the Master. He's sorely mistaken. Oh yes, in the name of the Master we shall slaughter them. First, however, we have to reach them, and these humans stand in our way. None shall stand in the way of the army of bones and live. They'll make a fine addition to our endless legions, yes. Wake up, honey, Bone Lords just dropped? We are agreed, then. As we always are. First, we shall slay any humans who stand in our way. Then the Orcs and their allies shall feel the wrath of the Watcher. Not even the Shadow can protect them. It has been far too long since our last crusade. Indeed. Let us not waste any more time, then. Kill King Kelab and Prince Rest, and all Bone Lords must survive. Interesting! Find and kill Sir Osgin, Sir Craster, and find Relin the Observer. New arcane lore has been added to your quest, told from the perspective of a raw scholar of the Zur Nexus. Okay, I can't control all of these, but I do have some. Okay.
I have better things
Rogthul? While the race of Arcanians has ultimately proven to be a flawed creation, they were still a powerful race, naturally gifted with strong body and mind. Only very few of this race still exist as unliving servants of the Watcher. They were the first to be raised and the first to spill blood in his name. Interesting.
What is it now?
Crown of Kings. Diamond of Summoning is nice. Finger of Death. Cursed Bolt. Look, this is the crack ability. Let's be straight. Ura. And he's got that Mirage ability where it's basically like Mirror Image, but the units that you summon also deal damage. This is the AoE heal that Eridon has. Okay, hang on. Dudes are spawning, so we're just gonna go. How about that? We'll learn by doing. We'll learn by doing. I don't wanna waste whatever's happening here. Death Coil is fine. Death Pact is fine, though these guys have a lot of health, so I don't think it's that important that we even have that stuff. Okay, well, we're just going, and then you summons... Okay, summons guys. Let's move on up.
Tired of waiting.
Sobi Mask there. What the? Skeletons? To arms! Skeletons? What the hell are they doing here? Chain of Death ultimate is really good. We'll just turn Frost Armor on.
Tired of waiting.
And let's just keep moving forward. We can use that Diamond of Summoning to move our other units up. And it seems like we're just going to get some spawns from off the map every so often. And then we also are going to be looking off the beaten path to find heroes that are just sort of around. These heroes are really good. I think we want to come down here. You know what this reminds me of? It's like when you get to Season 5 of a show, and then the antagonist is like, no more messing around. Rise. The dead rise to fight us. Gods have mercy on us. And then they, like, hire... you know, the most notorious mercenary in the land, and then the mercenary shows up and makes it clear that he shows no mercy and, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, he has that introduction where he's like, you know, he's not going to F around and he's like the most powerful enemy on the show now. That's what the introduction of the Bone Lords is, where they're basically just like, okay, we're going to wipe these MFers out. Also, did you see his awesome spin move? I know you all saw the spin move. So it seems like we can move through this, and every so often we'll trigger the additional units to spawn. I'm just going to keep going. It seems like this is a dead end. I guess we'll get some vision on that. My units are so... These guys are so strong that I think we just want to keep moving with them. And we'll keep these guys in reserve for when we feel like we really need them. Again, I feel like these three can probably do... a lot themselves. We'll mirror image and then we'll blast, like, just use the abilities, right? Just blast somebody. Blast somebody. This guy's coming in, but we summon some other guys. Yeah, these are very strong, and they don't have any issues with mana. We do an AoE heal. My goodness. And then, yeah, we've got some additional units coming in to help us. Bone Lords right here in the front. You love to see it. I love how they do a spin move when they cast a spell. It adds to the amount of time that it takes them to cast them, but I don't care. I love them. Looks like we have more guys spawning. At a certain point, once we clear out a lot of the units, we're going to just take the Bone Lords and then keep moving forward. We want to try and stay ahead of the units that we have here, I think. Like this. We can move in with our other guys. Is my other one stuck? Where is he? Oh, no. Okay, he's in here. This is fine. Ow, how dare you? Don't you know who I am? That ultimate that chains like a bunch of times is pretty sick. Well, Army of Death, we can silence. This strikes me as a mission where it's not meant to be super difficult, at least not yet. Again, it's supposed to be the introduction of the super powerful Bone Lords, which I quite like. Let's just kind of hug the top here.
That may work.
Found a little thing.
Insufferable lout. For now, I'll play along. For now.
The music has eerily stopped.
I'll play
it feels sort of bad. We're obviously going to be killing children by the end of this mission. Don't love that.
Very subtle.
All right, let's head in.
That may work. What is it now?
This guy's got reincarnate, and he's the strength hero, so, I guess we should be leading with him. Order of the Bleeding Remnants. Is that like a kingdom order, or is that just, Is this, do you remember Aaron from like a really long time ago? Is this supposed to be that? Well, yeah, I feel like this is kind of like a little Easter egg we just found, maybe. Okay, move on up, move on up. This is good, actually. We're blocking them. We don't want... Well, maybe if we lose all those, it'll trigger more to spawn from off the map. We want to still keep some allied units here to help us out. And this is all Scarrick Nexus. So I presume that the Bone Lords are the leaders of the Scarrick Nexus, straight up. But they've been asleep this whole time, and Eridon woke them up, I think, purely just to try to deal with the Orcs here at the end of the day. Let's just get ahead of this group. Left or right? Left or right? We're going right. Hug the side of the map, I guess. Dude, I love the spin move. I just can't stress enough that I just love this spin move. I wonder if it does more damage if we use Soul Drain? 60 per second? Depends on how fast he attacks, I guess.
I have better things to do. Very subtle.
I see a little diversion here.
I'll play.
No, I don't. Never mind. Maybe back. I was going to say, we want to be thorough. There's places all over the map to go, though maybe we shouldn't be throwing away our allies here. What's this buff? Soul armor.
I grow tired of waiting.
What this sort of feels like, though, is Eridon has just unleashed the power of something that he can't fully control because he's that mad. So the Bone Lords were raised with Crom way back in the day, and they are Arcanians. Presumably the only 4 remaining.
Things to do. Insufferable. What is it now?
They seem really good, though, to be clear. Blast him. Dude, the spin? You're just styling on them. You're just styling on the enemies. Also, one of them must have a, Orb of Darkness, because we're getting some skellies.
Very subtle.
Vile fiends, your bones shall be shattered and buried beneath the sands of Salria. That is the fate of your flesh, mortal. Your bones, however, shall serve us. I don't know why I just mass healed. We'll get our army of bones. Sir Osgrin. Blast him again. Oh, yeah. Each of the Bone Lords has gained 500 hit points, as if they even needed that. Oh, my gosh. They're insane. Are these permanent? No, they're not. Okay. Our allies have been... No, our allies just won. They just won straight up. Let's get down there. Again, we want to try and stay on top of this. I'm trying to keep these guys in reserve because I don't need to use them, certainly.
I'll play along.
Let's go to the left.
For now. That may work.
No, don't move on until you've destroyed those buildings, okay? Very important stuff.
For now. I'll play along.
I don't know if I even need to be going this way now that I'm thinking about it. I think Coalesces is the one that leaves a little to be desired, but he's supposed to be the tank, to be fair. That doesn't despawn the original ones either. Oh my gosh. They're insane. Okay, good. Yeah, keep attacking that. You guys come on down here. We'll grab the rune. And we want to try and get ahead of our spawned stuff. I'm just going to auto-attack with these summoned guys. Well, I left some farms behind, but that's fine. Character knowledge. The Bone Lords, along with Crom, Rogthul, Kasreth, and Shethar, are the oldest remaining servants of the Master. Unlike Crom, however, they did survive the destruction of the Dark One and have been dormant for a long while. While the three are distinct entities, they talk as if they were not and were never apart. They lead the Scarric Nexus, their army of bones, as they call it, against the living. Just like the Scarric Nexus, they control their main interest lies in ridding the world of all flesh until naught but bone remains. Their eccentricity leads them to not tolerate members of other nexuses around them, unless they too happen to embrace the purity of bone. So again, yeah, these guys, it just seems like out of semi-desperation, Eridon's like, you know what? Bone Lords, ultra powerful, but they are crazy. It's time, we gotta wake them up, and we're just gonna send them out to kill all the Orcs. The problem is, you're pointing them in the direction of the Orcs, and they will kill everything else along the way. Which is, you know, probably not good. Probably not good. And also, as we've learned from Crom, they, as we've learned from Crom, they're not 100% controllable by Eridon.
What is it now?
Because they are actually older than him. I'm trying to get in the front here to help out here. Go ahead and heal me. I can't quite get into the front. Yeah, this is my opportunity to get my stuff back up to the front and help, I guess. Again, as long as we're using our spells, I'm not necessarily using my my ultimates or anything like that. These side objectives actually are going to make things a little tricky for us, because again, it's going to not allow us to keep up with our allies here, and then if they get ahead of us, then they die. They did manage to destroy a whole base on their own, though, so I'm not that concerned. We'll move up with our other units.
I have better things to do.
I'm tempted to maybe stay with my units here to at least get through some of the enemy stuff here.
I have better things to do.
Silence. I mean, I can't even really get in here to help, to be honest, but zap this guy? It's like they have no issues with mana or health. They're very, very powerful. Just keep using the spells and we're Gucci. Okay, cool. So I think we've gotten through that area, so I'm going to start moving up here to look for anything optional. That area was nothing. Okay, little handy exit entrance there, so now we can keep pushing. I guess one thing here is there's really not much AoE that we have. Who got here? I was gonna say, who got left behind here? Like, they're trying to burn through this guy, but they're not going to be very successful, I feel like. Dude, the spin! I'm just trying to summon my extra bones. Just keep silencing. Yeah, I mean, this is one where it's like, as long as you use your spells, we're going to get through all this. Do that. Finger of Pain something. This guy can't death coil himself.
I have better things.
But we will heal. That works on him too, but these guys just have so much health that I guess it doesn't really matter. What's going on? Yo, they stunned him. Okay, things might get a little spiced here. They might get a little spiced. Oh, that is not even my hero. It's not even a problem. The time has come. Summon the army of bones. Crush them all. We're under attack. Children, return to the plaza and stay safe. But I can... Stay where you are, Casper. That's an order. Guards to me. Do this. Do this. Just tabbing through and using these guys. You can now control the units in the northwest. You can use the Diamond of Summoning to teleport your new forces to your position. I see. Well, we might as well bring up these guys too then. And then... Who had the diamond? It's this, right? Okay, well, get them all together. Sorry will withstand your kind, aberrations. You shall never defile our land with your presence.
The restless dead await as the shadow wills.
You allowed orcs to defile a human, and we're here to purge it. Silence him, in case he has bubble. Each of the Bone Lords has gained 500 hit points. Oh my gosh. Maybe we shouldn't be doing this, because I feel like, again, the Bone Lords after this point are just going to become probably the main antagonists, right? Our other dudes are all clumped up there for later.
For now. Very subtle. For now.
Okay, Sir Craster has been killed. Sorry, Sergeant. I don't think there's anything else in here for us to do. Good work, other skellies. And then... That's nothing. This is just trees that we can't get through. I guess down here, we'll look down here. Something there, and then the actual objective, which our spawned units ran into and died. This seems like one, like, if you keep up with the original spawned wave, then everything is good. Plaguebringer. Let's just turn these on Parasite. Plague seems good, but honestly, let's just, let's leave these on Parasite for now. What can you guys do? Spirit Link, Skull Missile.
This better be good.
Abolish Magic. Heal. Soul Armor. Okay. I mean, frankly, it just sort of feels like everything we have is probably good enough. Let's quick save. Seems like a relatively short map so far. I guess it just depends on what could happen after we get there. It might be like enemy reinforcements appear behind us. Curse you, and you will not get away with this. My magic will destroy you.
I grow tired of waiting.
You were but a gnat before the Bone Lord's mortal. Dude, did he just put me to sleep? Don't make me laugh. I'm a Bone Lord. Do I even have a stun for this? Oh, a silence. Okay, no problem. It's no problem at all. Blast him? Oh, yeah. Bone Lords have risen completely. Now they are more powerful, so that when we have to fight them later, they're going to have more HP. 1,500 more HP to be exact, which is actually a ton. Uh-oh. So was he was the Grand Master of the Order of Arkain, if I'm understanding correctly? They're talking about Prince Caspian basically taking over the Order of Arkain and being royalty. So that seems bad for us? Or it seems sort of bad in general that we're just like murdering him. But they're in our way, so that's what we have to do. This abdicated king guy actually seems pretty chill as well, but, yeah, we gotta kill him. Like, he seems fairly reasonable. He abdicated for, like, the good of the realm, which is something that basically no one would ever actually do, you know? Alright. Wait, did we even read? No, we only read about the Bone Lords. The king is an interesting one from a historical perspective. He is one of the few rulers of Arkain to have willingly abdicated the throne. Okay, I was just talking about this. Not in favor of a child, but in favor of a sibling instead. The fact that he is driven by the desire to give the family power by combining Saria with the local order of the Arkain to unite all mage orders, and by extent, in the long run, the kingdoms, is rather uncommon in history, as many mortal rulers tend to care for their own power above all else. Well, it would seem from the cinematic I got the correct impression. This guy is supposed to seem like pretty chill, and we are going to kill him. Whoops. Okay, let's go ahead and do this.
That may work. I'm tired of waiting.
And move out of the way so that they don't land right on top of me.
What does the shadow will?
Okay, all right. I was like, are they coming, or what's going on here? These guys in the front. Let's see if we can just draw some of the units out of... I don't want to fight in this little area here.
I'll play along.
Yeah. All the way, buddies. Yes, use charge. Perfect. Okay, then move in with everybody, with other folks. silence. We chain lightning. We don't have silence up right now, so we fight under the... We silence? Okay, it's fine. We mirror image, and we fight through with what we've got. We heal, and we're waiting for Diamond of Summoning to come back up so we can grab the rest of our dudes. Kamir the Stargazer, you gotta go, man. You're holding me up here. Uh-oh, well, there he is. Just keep hitting him with ranged spells. I don't know what else to do here. I mean, I guess let's maybe back up. This is actually really rough. We'll be able to kill him a lot faster if we just back up. Pull him all the way out. I don't care if the cannon towers can hit me. That's not a problem. Okay, we crack him. This guy's range on his spells is really, really poor. The melee guy. I mean, it makes sense. He's melee. All right. He abdicated. He's gone. Sorry, buddy. You actually seemed pretty chill, but it had to happen. Okay, pull in the rest of our guys. These are actually all casters, so maybe we shouldn't. And just drop them right on top of us? I don't know. Who is left? I mean, you can AoE me, but I think there's a few too many of us here. Again, this seems very purposefully to be a victory lap type situation. I wouldn't call it a victory lap per se, but... Ooh, Arcane Guard. That seems pretty cool. I won't let you harm my family. Oh, man. How noble of you. Oh, that feels bad. He's immune to magic. What a god. I can't even be mad about that. Is he the one? He's the only one left. He's the only one left. Everyone else is gone. Just gotta kill this guy. And he's immune to... I mean, I'll zap him, but it's not gonna do any damage. Alright, Bone Lords, get on him. Regicide. I mean, interestingly enough, this is actually going to help the orcs more than hurt them, but... Stay away, you monsters. You may have killed my father, but I won't let you harm my cousins. I'll keep fighting. I must. An impressive specimen of a human, isn't he? Bold, resistant, and selfless at the same time. His bones shall serve us well once they've been freed of the burden of life and flesh. Ugh. Reston, you're killing yourself. Stop. Talari, I'm scared. Don't worry, I'll get you out of this. Then we'll play games again. I can't just watch. I have to. You shall not use your magic. You shouldn't have come to this place and stayed in your should have stayed in your capital, mortals. No, stay away from them, please. I beg of you. They didn't do anything wrong. They're innocent children. They've never harmed a soul. Take my life instead. Let them run away and get a chance to have some more joy in their lives. You would give yourself to us willingly to save their lives? Tepid pause. Rastin, no, don't do this. If you let them go, I give myself to you freely. Do with me as you please. Turn me into one of your creations, if you will. Just let them go, please. If there's any compassion left in your cold hearts, I beg of you to show mercy to these innocent children. One life given out of free will in exchange for these four. Your bravery and willpower are commendable, young prince. However, there is one thing you have to learn once you join the Army of Bones. Compassion, mercy, and innocence are illusions of the flesh. No! You monsters. I will... The path has been cleared. Gather all corpses. Liberate them of their tainted flesh. Let them embrace the purity of bones. This was but a diversion. The orcs our real target shall be next. Khazardius might be pleased at the sight of a dead royal family, but we care only for the will of the Watcher. The Scarab does not care for memories related to the flesh, or worse, to life. Our crusade is all that matters. Uh-oh. Again, doesn't it feel like we're, like, in the later seasons of a TV show, and then the real bad guy shows up and is, like, makes it very clear that they're not messing around? That's these guys. I mean, we just had an interlude. That certainly has to be the end. Interestingly enough, though, as I mentioned... yeah, the Great Hunt next time. Interestingly enough, as I mentioned, the Bone Lords killing these people seems like it will actually make things better for the Orcs, but they, of course, think that they're the only ones that will be able to win, and they're ultra-powerful, and all these other factions don't matter. You know, they're very myopic, especially. Like, the Bone Lord Scarab Nexus seem like, we're on a crusade, we're freeing people from their flesh, we're doing what Eredon wants us, but we're kind of doing it our own way, is the interpretation I take from this. The Scarab Nexus did have a lot of plot set up previously. I think it was handled very well, where, like, Scarab Nexus was talked to by some of the other heroes and characters that we had played with to make it clear that they're kind of loony, and now we have, like, what seems to be the 3 most powerful undead just casually wandering through Saria and wreaking havoc, and now they're going to just have the rest of the Scarab Nexus at their disposal to do what they want. So, scary times. I think it's cool, though, that we do have, like, some real end-game opponents getting set up here, and I think it was clever to allow us to play from the perspective of the Bone Lords. It set them up very well, shows how ruthless and powerful they are, and maybe I should not have done the optional objective, because we have inadvertently made them more powerful for when we inevitably will have to fight them as the Orcs. Oops! Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. A problem for our grandchildren, if you will. Thanks, everyone, for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.